And next we have the Caldwell Writing Prize, and the first of these will be presented by Heidi Scott, there she is, to Dan McDonald. And just, to fill in some department history, Theodore Caldwell had joined the history department in 1935 and retired around 1970 and created this award to honor excellence in writing in the department. And Jerry McFarland, where's Jerry? Is he here still? Was telling me before the ceremony tonight that Theodore Caldwell worked in the history department when the history department was 2 people whose offices were in the old chapel. So this has taken us all the way back. And thanks, Heidi, for presenting the first of 2.
Well, it's a pleasure and a delight to present this award to Dan McDonald for his thesis entitled The City of Minas, the Founding of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and Modernity, the First Republic. Now, I was on Dan's Master's Committee, so I can guarantee that it's a wonderful piece of work, very, very enjoyable to read, and more importantly, or just as importantly perhaps, a very significant contribution to the history of a city that I think is fair to say is still very much under-researched compared to perhaps Brasilia in particular, and more broadly, really important contribution to urban history more generally in Latin America, and to modernity, to the idea of modernity and its role in the shaping of modern Latin America. So really great piece of work. And I believe that Dan last year was receiving an award for the, forgotten what it's called now, the Latin American Travel Grant. So I can say that money has been very, very well spent. An excellent thesis. Now, Dan will be leaving us shortly in order to begin his doctoral research at Brown. So I think I can speak for everybody in the department to say that we wish him all the best for his new academic ventures.
So, I just want to thank Professor Scott and Professor Wolf and Medical Science for overseeing that thesis. And a special thanks to Professor Wolf for overseeing lots of my writing over the past 3 to 4 years, which I would like to say has gotten somewhat better since history of Brazil. But again, thanks to the department for all the support over the years. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody around in New England. Thank you.
Next up, we have Barry Levy, who's going to present the second prize to Sam Dodge, who can't be here tonight. Sam graduated last year, but you're eligible for this prize the calendar year before the prize. And we awarded 2 prizes this year to both Dan and Sam. And since Sam can't be here, I know this is cheesy, but I have the floor, so I'm going to do it. If you could turn the camera to the room, can we all say, "Hi, Sam"? Hi, Sam. Very good. And Barry, can you make a few remarks?
Yes. This master's thesis was supervised by Dr. Cox, but I was very happy to be on the board with him. And it started in a seminar, and I have to have a few other people who were in that seminar about 3 years ago. And it is about a very good, solid piece of work on the Mormon Word of Wisdom, which is about the decision by Mormons to prohibit alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine. Continues to define them. I hope nobody was smoking in the picture. And this is a very solid piece of work. Sam spent a lot of time in Salt Lake City at the archives and reading the basic Mormon texts. And he puts the sort of invention of these prohibitions in historical and geographic context, and does a very fine job rhetorically, sort of balancing or avoiding either sanctimoniousness or belittling the Mormon tradition. Not an easily balancing act, which he does extremely well. He's right now en route from Salt Lake to Lehigh University, where he's gotten a 4-year fellowship to continue to study religion and society. And he is probably, I don't want to totally commit him, going to broadened his study to other groups in the 19th century who came up with defining themselves through both allowing and disallowing dietary and other kinds of prohibitions. And look forward to his work. This is certainly a very promising beginning to perhaps a very major career.
Thanks, Barry. And Sam, we're happy to accept it on your behalf, and we'll put it in the mail. You'll see it online.